Today, I'm bringing you the show from somewhere where Sydney Weekender has never been. South Australia. And I'm not kidding. I'm about to hit the world's longest drive across 3 states. From South Australia. Now that's gone right over New South Wales and landed in Queensland. Go you Bluebags! If you haven't worked it out, this is Cameron's Corner where the 3 states meet. Incredible country, but so much to show you. Stick with us. Here's what's coming up on the rest of the show. That's going to be a toughie to find. The best way to see corner country is on safari, and the best people to do that with is Tri-State Safaris. And this bloke who runs the joint, Mick, was a former New South Wales police sergeant, and believe it or not, all of this was his territory, so he knows it like the back of his hand, and he's promised me faithfully to get me right off the beaten track.
You bet.
And so far he's doing a pretty good job. We keep going?
We will.
Beautiful. You'll need at least a 4-day weekend for this Tri-State Safari, because in New South Wales corner country, it's a long time between drinks. But if you're hungry to see some awesome country, you'll be well satisfied.
People think of the desert as being just the same, but it's not. It changes everywhere you go.
And within a short distance, I'd imagine too.
Right in front of you. Before you realise it, it's different country. Sand dunes, gibber country, carpets of wildflowers, bound to see kangaroos and emus. Plenty of birds. We can hear them at the moment.
Yes. The distances out here are massive. But for a second, I thought we'd gone to Mars. But no, it's just the Walker Station clay pan. 10 minutes later, and the red sand has literally come to life. Mick, I just can't believe these flowers.
Spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. That's the amazing thing about this desert country. Shower of rain and it springs into life. I mean, people travel as far as Western Australia to see flowers like this, and they're growing right here in our own backyard.
What are they called?
This is called Pagedeg Daisy. And you can see why.
I can see why. In 1845, the explorer Charles Sturt came this way searching for an inland sea. He found a drought instead and was stranded for 6 months. Us modern-day explorers don't have it that rough. The 4-wheel drive has aircon, and Mick knows exactly where to go. Well, Mick knew where to go yesterday. Today, he's got me asking the locals for directions. Now listen, mate. Feldaba. That way? Or that way? I thought we might see an emu, but I didn't think he'd want an interview. You're a funny-looking fella. He's saying the same about me. Now, I just happened to mention to Mick that I love quartz rock, so he's brought me out here. Where are we, mate?
This is an enormous quartz field on the outskirts of Milparinka.
So all this white, you're telling me is quartz?
As far as you can see, it's not snow, it's quartz.
40 years after Sturt came through here, gold was found in this quartz country. Talk about off the beaten track! The thing is, gold miners, like explorers, need water, so the gold rush dried to a trickle.
Well, this is Milparinka. It used to have a population of several thousand. All but gone now, about half a dozen people.
You've probably never even heard of most of the tiny New South Wales outback towns. Well, this is one remote town that you probably have heard of. You know, every summer when the weatherman goes, and the highest temperature recorded in the state today was at Tibooburra, 45 degrees. That name on the map? Well, this is that place. This is Tibooburra. Tibooburra is thought to mean heaps of rocks. No shortage of pubs either. 2 for the town, the Tibooburra and the Family Hotel, where some famous artists have left their mark. Did you know that there is a Russell Drysdale in there on the wall?
Mike, we've got it all in the outback.
Including nice cold beer. Good on you,
You
mate.
betcha.
To explore Tibooburra and the Corner Country, get yourself to Broken Hill in the state's far west. That's where you can get on a Corner Country safari with Tri-State Safaris. It's a 4-day tour including all meals and accommodation for $870 per person. To book, call 08 8088 2389. And for more info about holidays to Outback New South Wales, check out visitnsw.com.au. One of your overnight stays when you're on your Corner Country safari is a place called Feldapa. It's a 128,000-acre sheep property. You stay in the shearers' quarters just behind me. And I've got to tell you, this place is a magical experience. There's no television, so you get a chance to sit around the fire, have a bit of a mag, tell a yarn. It does not get any more Australian than this, and I feel like I'm a million miles from nowhere, which I am. But if you're in Sydney this weekend and you're looking for something to do, there's plenty happening out and around. This is the Shearers Mess Hall at Feldapa, which is one of your dinner stops on your safari. John and Barb have cooked us up a storm. We've got some lamb chops, sausages, some kangaroo with corn dog sauce, real good Aussie tucker. And the bonus, Barb's special damper. Well, after a day like today, I'm starving. After the break, you guys will be eating out as well. There's beer in that. There's beer in that, isn't there? When you come out here to Corner Country with Tri-State Safaris, one of the things you're going to see is this, the famous Dingo Fence. Goes from the Great Australian Bight to just west of Brisbane, some 5,000 kilometres. And some people say it is the longest man-made structure anywhere in the world. And I'm telling you, it's got to be long because out here, mate, this country is huge. Now, talking about huge, the Rugby World Cup is upon us, which means Sydney Weekender is going to have a little holiday. We'll be back in a month's time, and I'm going to take that opportunity to spend more time out here in Western New South Wales. Here's a quick look at what's coming up on our next show.